Okay. Send it. Hello to everyone coming in. Hi, Reach Teach. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Come hang out. On a Thursday today. I'm not used to coming on Thursday, so I guess we will see how today goes. How's everyone's day doing? Hi, Jamie. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Sam. Come on in. We'll wait for some people to join. Again, I'm not used to going on Thursdays. I did it last week, and now this week I'm usually Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, so we'll see how this Thursday goes. Hi, Eileen. Hi, Amby. Hey, guys. Hi, Jill. Welcome to everyone coming in, new and followers. Welcome, welcome. How's everyone's Thursday going? Hi, Amby. How are you? Where's everyone from? That's like a new question I like to ask now. I think it's pretty cool for everyone to kind of talk about like where they're at. I think that's the cool thing about social media and kind of doing this instead of just staying local to me and like branching out like with the social media world. It's like how far it can go. Like we were just talking to someone who was in California the other day. I'm like, oh, that's a complete opposite side of the states for me. Nebraska, see, that's a new one too. I'm from Pennsylvania, guys. So born old PA on the East Coast. Stress trying to find an outfit for a concert. How are you? New York here. Okay, you're pretty close. What kind of a concert? Is it a you too, Kelly? Oh yeah. Without saying my location, a nearby location that kind of shows the vicinity is kind of Philadelphia. But it's definitely not Philadelphia. It's outside of Philadelphia, but it's near Philadelphia. In Las Vegas. Okay, that seems fun. Can't wait to move. Don't like it? Cardi B, Madison Square Garden. That'll be a fun concert. I have never gone to a concert like that ever in my life. That'll be fun. Wear something like cool, outlandish. Definitely lots of colors too. I'm not one to ask outfit advice. I stink at putting outfits together. I can barely match my clothes. My sister's my personal stylist. She does my hair. She's the one I contact if I don't know what to wear of something. I am definitely not one for advice. Delco, okay. Hi, Alicia. Am I saying that right? Alicia. Hi, Jennifer. I don't do questions, but I do say if you get a reading from me, 9 times out of 10, your question will be answered in the reading. I kind of connect with spirit on a deeper level than just questions. If I do answer a question, it'll just be based off of my feelings, not based off of spirit. And on live, I kind of just, we dwell with the spirit here on live. Of course. And, you know, I don't ever ask for any money on TikTok or anything like that, guys. I'm still in the process of trying to get the person who's impersonating me to get off of TikTok. Again, I don't talk about them or say like their names or anything on here. So just make sure that you guys are, make sure that you guys are, being careful if people reach out to you pretending to be me and ask for money. I never will. They do have the same username as me, but they changed one letter in the username. So just be careful with that. Again, it's been like a really long process of trying to get them removed. They have all my videos, everything. All right, guys. So if you're new here, welcome. We accept everyone who's new, not new. I get super happy when I have people who have never come across my live before. So if you've never been here, this is how it works. I do not do spirit-led. I feel as though spirit-led kind of takes too long to try and figure out who the reading's for. I'd rather spend all of the time that I have with my sitter, which is you guys, and spend that time connecting with your loved one rather than spending 9 times of the 10 trying to figure out who the loved one's for. So if you would like a reading, I want you to comment the relationship of the person that you want to speak to. This way, you guys aren't giving me any details, but it's still a direct way of trying to contact who it is that you wish to speak to, because we all have loved ones on the other side. We have ancestors, we have ancestors. We have so many people, we have spirit guides that come through. This will be direct since it's nice and quick, so I can get the most out of my lives for you guys. I don't have a time limit. I just feel as though I kind of, ethically for me, I am doing what I do to be the messenger from your loved ones. And if your loved ones don't have a time limit for you, neither do I. It kind of goes based off of how long the energy goes for and whatever message they want to bring through. I want to say 9 times out of 10, I can get 2, maybe 3 readings depending. Make sure you guys aren't putting the details in the chat. If you guys put details in the chat, people like scammers, like the one who's impersonating me, can kind of message you and pretend like they know who you are and they have this information and they're like, your Uncle Bob wants to talk to you and send me money right now and you can get a reading from them. So let's not put any details in the chat, just the relationship. Whoever spirit draws me to is who is meant to get a reading tonight. And then I will get as much evidence as I can, bring it forward. We'll see if we're with your loved one and we'll go from there. If you guys are also typing any questions or anything in the chat directly about like how I do this, what I do, you know, private kind of stuff, go ahead and send me a message. The best way to contact me is my by contact of mail. I'm not allowed to say the 3-letter word of my profile, but in my profile you will see it is listed there, but it's the same as my TikTok handle at Gmail. All right, let's see who spirit draws me to today. Good luck, everyone. My pen is gonna run out again today, isn't it? I really love this pen though, guys. I'm gonna have to get more. All right, I'm gonna do this one for today. We're going with blue today, guys. Okay. And go ahead and comment as many times as TikTok allows you to. I don't get annoyed by it. If anything, it helps me constantly seeing your names over and over again. And how spirit draws me to you guys, if you guys are questioning that, is I kind of keep hearing your name in my head over and over, and that's just like spirit telling me over and over that's who is going to be getting the reading. Let's see. Okay, Brianna Blum. Brianna, would you want to go up in the guest box? Are you comfortable with that? Or did you want to stay in the chat? It's whatever your preference is. You'll stay in the chat. Okay. I will try my best to keep checking. Again, I kind of talk a lot. Sorry, guys, disclaimer. I talk a lot, but I do try to check the chat as much as I can. All right. We are going to connect with your cousin. Just give me a few minutes to see if I can connect with them. I'm going to write down as much evidence as I can, and then I will come forward and kind of just tell you what I get. And if you believe we are with your cousin, then we will continue, okay? So just bear with me, y'all. If you hear my son, he's with my husband and the rest of the house. He's not unattended for, I swear. Okay. Okay, so I do have a few things coming through. Uh, it's really strange because the things that they have coming through, um, it's just kind of things that like normally don't come through when I'm first connecting with someone. So I'm just like trying to figure out exactly where they're going with all of this. I do feel as though I have someone who definitely passed before their time. When I say this, I mean that they weren't old. They didn't pass of like new natural causes kind of a thing. I do feel as though I am with someone. They kind of made it feel as though the passing was pretty quick, sudden, and like kind of a big shock, meaning that people didn't really get to wrap their heads around it before it had happened. It's kind of like they were here and then they were not. I feel as though there's a big question about if they felt anything when they passed. And it's strange because I didn't feel anything, and I was, and I ask, spirits many questions when I'm trying to connect with them, and I wasn't feeling anything for like the longest time. And then I was like, well, I need to know exactly like how you passed so that I can see if I'm connecting with the right person. And then I started getting feeling of like the upper chest, like even up like collarbone area, just kind of like a little bit of pressure. I also felt at some point too my arm was kind of tingly as well. A couple of things came through. I do feel as though the letter M came through. This could be, this is not spirit-led, guys. This is for Brianna. I do feel as though the letter M came through, so this could be a first, middle, or last name of someone around them or around you. I don't know if you, him, I feel like, or them, because they didn't even... I feel like a masculine kind of energy, but I'm not entirely sure yet if it's male or female. But I do feel as though someone has like reptiles for like pets, whether that's like lizard, chameleon, or snake or something like that. And that normally doesn't come through for me. I just kept seeing like a lizard of some sort. So I guess that would be like a reptile kind of plant, pet. Is any of this making fun? Okay. So when the names come up, this is why I always tell you guys to remain open. The names that they pull forward won't be their name. It could be someone around them. It could be their parents, loved ones. They won't directly tell me name. Again, I'm still a beginner medium. They don't tell me directly their name. Sometimes they do, but most times they do not. So this wouldn't be directly stuff just about them. This could be around them, and this could be also the rest of their family. Do you know if they would feel anything with the chest area? And I just feel like I have like pain in different parts. I have pain in my chest, like my arm. It's kind of like I feel like I'm even like losing circulation. Kind of like my nervous system is starting to like have problems. She does make me feel as though that this is a big shock. No, usually a heart attack comes up separately. Would you have a male on the other side that had passed? This doesn't normally happen. Okay. Would any of this make sense for the male on the other side? Because I do feel as though this is male who is stepping forward. Okay. Would this information that I brought forward make sense for either of them? Oh, thank you, Nicole. One of them, you weren't super close with them. Okay, do you know if they pass of some sort of heart problems? The chest. Again, I'm feeling it in like my chest and like my arm. I feel as though it's something that just kind of suddenly happened. It wasn't something that was like ongoing. It just kind of seems as though like they were there and then they were not. COPD, okay. Would they be connected to the letter M? meaning they would have connections to the letter M with their name or someone very close around them in their immediate family. No. Okay. Let me try and get more information here. Okay, the grandfather that you said had passed on the other side that you were close with the COPD. Did he have, do you know if he had gait issues? Sorry, I'm using like medical terms. Did you know if he had, issues with, kind of walking, towards the end? It was kind of hard for him to walk, even needed assistance of walking, or kind of wasn't up and moving a lot? He's also shown me that he was someone who kind of would, was like a hard worker. It feels as though he had a really hard job. He kind of was just like, it wasn't like a behind the desk kind of a job. It was something where he was like very physical with his job. I even feel like this may have tied into, like, because of all of the hard work that he had done, this tied into maybe him having issues with legs, back, all that kind of thing later on. I feel as though he's also talking about being a very stern man. This meaning that he kind of was someone who had like set morals, set values, doesn't really change much. It was kind of very stern. It was like his way or the highway. I feel as though he was very stubborn as well. He doesn't seem as someone who would admit when he was wrong, if that makes sense. I feel as though it's kind of like his way or the highway. I feel as though he's also talking about being very old school and set in his ways. Okay. I feel like he's kind of talking about how he was kind of a person who was like, how do I explain this? Like rough around the edges. It almost feels as though, it was kind of hard to get close to him, if that makes sense. I feel as though he, didn't really show emotions. He kind of, feels as though he wasn't a very sensitive person, or at least exteriorly sensitive person. I feel as though he kept a lot of things to himself. And I feel as though sometimes he would say things that weren't very nice either. He's also shown me the number 5. You didn't really see how much, okay. Sometimes we can't have a spirit who comes through who you're necessarily close to. However, they will say things that like you will know. 9 times out of 10 is because they will have a message for you at some sorts. I'm just trying to get whatever information he has coming forward first. He did also show the number 5. There's 3 ways for numbers. They could be the 5th of a month, the month of May, or it could be like children slash age of children. I do feel as though this is more closer to a date of some sort. May 5th. Okay. I feel as though he wants to talk about dad. Is dad going through a lot right now? Or is dad even having some... He buried him on his birthday. Oh. I'm so sorry, babe. Is something going on with dad? Like maybe even like health with dad? Or maybe just have a lot going on. I just feel like there's this big overwhelming sense over dad right now. Is he having effects from it right now? Because it feels as though it's something current. Like struggles. I don't know. I don't even know if this would be physical struggles. This may even be mental struggles as well. And I also feel as though he's making me feel like, I don't know if you can ask dad, but he's making me feel like my abdomen feels super tight. It feels as though someone's taken like a belt and it's like kind of pulling and tightening on my abdomen right now. So I don't know if he's still having issues with that. Okay. Has he complained about anything with his abdomen, or maybe even lasting effects from the pancreatitis? Because he's almost as if he's feeling like I feel as though like it's like pain, like an uncomfortableness in like my abdomen and like my lower back. He isn't really open about it. Okay. I might ask him. I will never push people to ask their loved ones things or ask people things when I don't know their relationship. I don't know how close they are. I don't know like communication wise. I can only relay whatever spirit is trying to come forward with. It feels as though you kind of received this message from him because I feel as though it's something about that. Okay, perfect. Okay, it feels as though there might be a lot of anxiety with this as well. So I think, okay, Gidget, thank you. I will get back to you as soon as I can. I feel as though there's a lot of anxiety about this. So I feel as though, was it kind of, he's kind of showing me like, was it kind of traumatizing what he went through with the pancreatitis? It kind of feels as though like it was like a traumatic thing. And I feel as though it's something that like anytime he has any type of even similar symptoms or other things going on, that he kind of like will even get some anxiety around that. It just feels like that was like a rough point for him. I feel as though he's kind of talking about how he's not one to sit there and take care of his health either. I feel as though he avoids doctors, hospitals, that sort of thing. I feel as though he has a lot of fear with it as well. Let me know if that makes sense. I think he's holding some things back, possibly. And reduced fats in his diet. Yeah, he wasn't taking care of himself. I also just feel as though in general, just as you get older, the foods that you normally would eat don't really help much anymore. He dropped like 100 pounds. Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's anything along those lines, but I do feel as though he has something that may be bothering him, health-wise, that he's just not, you know, kind of talking about or saying anything about. So I would just ask him. Again, I don't talk about negative things, during readings. I just don't like showing people to like kind of tell them things like that. I feel as though this is why you were directed for the reading. I feel as though, did dad also have a rough relationship with grandfather? Like, wishes he was closer to him than he actually was? it almost feels as though grandfather has like a lot of apologies. I feel as though he kind of talks about how he was like tough but too tough, and wasn't very someone who was like open, and like people didn't feel completely comfortable opening up to, if that makes sense. Okay. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, so I think he's apologizing for that. I feel as though that's something that kind of weighs heavy on Dad's mind. I feel as though it's something that he may even struggle with and may not even talk about it, but I feel as though it's definitely something that I don't think grandfather realized he was acting the way that he was, or it was affecting anyone. I feel as though he just felt like that's how a man was supposed to be. A man's supposed to be tough. A man's not supposed to show emotions. And I think that's what he kind of pushed onto with his own children, kind of a thing. So I really, 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 truly feel as though he didn't really realize like how rough things were until he got to the other side. And when he got to the other side, he kind of saw his life in a replay, and he was like, oh, like he kind of got like an epiphany, like he felt that way. Because I also feel as though he kind of talks about how like people didn't even feel comfortable telling them how they felt about him. Like they didn't like kind of tell him like, hey, you're making me feel this way, kind of a thing. I feel as though he was such a person where it was hard to talk to him. I feel as though he would kind of even jump down people's throat and get very defensive about things. So I feel as though it's kind of like someone just didn't want to pick a fight, or there was no point in saying anything to him, if that makes sense. And I feel as though he is very apologetic about that. I feel as though it wasn't his true intentions to be that way. I just feel as though he was kind of brought up that way himself. Kind of, I feel as though this is like a generational thing, if that makes sense. Don't mind him, guys. His dad has him. So I hope that helps. I know it's not the person that you wanted to connect to, but I feel as though, I think they really wanted Dad to have a reading, almost. But I hope that helped. And remind me, send me a message at all. And yeah, absolutely. Send me a message and I will send you the notes from this. Also, guys, I post all of my lives on my, my YT channel. And this way you guys can kind of get to replay this over and over again and kind of go back to it if you forget anything. So I hope that resonated. I am going to leave his love and light with you though. Again, sorry we couldn't connect to your cousin. Maybe next time, or if you message me. Grandfather must have been really adamant. Okay. All right, guys. How's things going? What was people fighting? Someone fighting in the chat? Oh no. All right, guys. So thank you for sticking by during that reading. Give me like 1 or 2 minutes to kind of reconnect and kind of get my energy up. Hi, Daisy. How are you? Try to get my energy back up so we can do another one. Oh. Yeah, I get that. All right, guys. So, yeah, just be respectful in the chat, guys. And I appreciate everyone who tries to help and, who, you know, are trying to help me answer questions, especially in my mind. Like, I have mom brain to the max. It's like scrambled eggs, to be honest. So there's times where like I don't know what I'm trying to talk about and you guys help me out, and I really appreciate that so much. And I do know, I wish I could read for everyone. I really do. And I know how it can feel to really want to speak to a loved one, especially if you've got something really, you know, going on. But sometimes a lot of people who are receiving the readings, you guys messaging during the reading kind of messes me up because I can't see the person who I'm giving the reading for. I can't see their comment because your comments are kind of going crazy. So just be respectful to everyone in the chat. Just be respectful of the sitter, the person who's receiving the reading as well. All of my readings are always free on TikTok. I never charge for anything. On TikTok, my lives are always free. There is an impersonator who's trying to pretend to be me right now, and they're messaging people. They have my name pretty similar. They're just missing the S, the second S in my my username. That is not me. I will not sit there and message you to send you guys to ask you to send money. Again, I'm still working with TikTok to try and get them taken down. So if you want a reading, you're just going to comment the relationship of the person that you want to speak to, no details in the chat. In another minute, I'm going to go ahead and try and connect with someone. Just trying to get my energy back up in between readings. And thank you guys for all the likes, the follows, the shares. I really appreciate it. Also, some are asking about my journey. I have videos on my page that explain my journey and how I got here. Definitely wasn't something I asked for. I had a lot of fear coming into this. I tried turning it off, to be honest. Oh, great. Thank you so much for letting me know, Mama Bear. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Okay, let's see who we can connect to. I know, I'm really mad with the weather right now in PA. We just had gorgeous weather for like 3 days during the week, and now it's snowing today. I'm like, oh, right before a weekend. Yay! Back to the cold weather, and this is why everyone's allergies are going absolutely nuts. My eyes have been bothering me so bad. Yeah, I just feel like a lot of people with all the storms going on and just getting hit with like crazy weather. Hi, Sissy, how are you? All right, guys. Yep. So just comment the relationship of the person you want to connect to, and whoever I am drawn towards is who will get to go. Again, as you just witnessed, you guys can pick the relationship of the person. Oh, thanks for the butterflies. You guys can always pick the person that you would like a reading for. Sometimes Spirit has other intentions. The sitter, if you weren't here, wanted to speak to cousin, but grandfather was very adamant about coming through. So grandfather got to step through and give the reading. So again, this is why I say spirits literally control the whole thing. They literally orchestrate the entire reading, and I'm just the messenger. Okay, Tessa, are you still here? Tessa, I think it was Tessa Bear. Tessa Blair. I almost said Bear, my bad. It goes so quickly. All right, hi Tessa. And you want to speak to your mother-in-law, correct? And also, did you want to stay in the chat, or did you want to go in the little guest box here and talk instead? Totally up to you, whatever your preference is. You can come up, okay. Go ahead and request it. I still don't know how to add you guys on here. This is kind of, I never know how to explain it. This is not spirit-led. This is spirit's choice. I guess maybe that's the new term I should say, guys, is that this is spirit's choice. It's whoever spirit draws me to. I'm gonna turn you up. Hi,
Hello.
Tessa.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Is this your first time on my live?
Yeah, you came up on my For You page.
Perfect. Would love to hear that. I'm still navigating this whole social media thing.
I love it.
So we're trying to get there. Have you ever had a reading before?
Yes.
Okay. So just keep an open mind. Again, we can set intentions on how you want the reading to go. Doesn't mean that's how it's going to go again. Spirit is the one who orchestrates the entire thing. They also throw me for curveballs as well. But so I'm going to try and see if I can pull mother-in-law up.
Okay.
And once I have a little bit of evidence, I will come back and kind of just relay it to you. And if you think we're a mother-in-law, then we'll be good to go, okay?
Okay, great. I do have a few different spirits, so if there's someone else, that's okay too.
Okay, perfect. I really appreciate that.
Of course.
All right, let's see. Okay. Whew. All right. Make it like two more things. Okay. Okay. So I do have someone coming forward.
Okay.
So it's funny because immediately when I was talking to them, I kind of like explained to them like how I do things too. It's just kind of funny how like my ritual is. And
Okay.
it was almost like they were very timid to talk about this. It's almost as if like they wouldn't believe in something like this, or like they just weren't like very sure about something like this, like very timid. Um I feel as though this person comes forward as like a nurturer of sorts. It feels as though they always kind of want to be heavily involved.
Yeah.
I feel as though when they talk about their health, they talk about I feel as though they had something going on with their health. It almost feels as though like some type of battle. It feels as though there was a lot of up and downs. Um this really shows me that it was almost like kind of a shock to the system, but only because things happen. It was like things were like this, and then it shows like a real big, deep like dip. And it's
Yes.
just like down a hill, and it was just like, what just happened? It was like you kind of
Yes.
had to collect your thoughts, like, I don't understand what just happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just wasn't expected in that way, if that makes sense.
Yes, absolutely.
I feel as though they're also talking about their body just not being their body anymore. It kind of just didn't feel like their body anymore. I feel as though they were one to really have pride in like their body, or try to, you know, kind of take care of their body. And then it's almost as if like they didn't have control of their body anymore. It almost feels as though like a generalized weakness. It just feels like their body just wasn't their self anymore.
Yes, absolutely.
She also brought up a couple of smaller things too. I don't know if so phrases are funny to me because they'll say phrases and it's not something I would say. I don't know if this is something that they would say, or they would talk about people being a light. Like I just kept seeing, like, hearing the phrase like such a light. They're such a light.
Oh.
I don't know if she's just such a light in general. They also talked about how she was just very peaceful in a sense. I feel as though she was drawn to peaceful things. This could be things, the things that I was being shown was like outdoors or like peaceful. I feel as though even like maybe like beach, like peacefulness.
Yes.
And I also got the letter E as well. So I don't know if the E would be pertaining to her name or someone in her immediate family with the letter E, or yours.
Her middle name.
Yeah. And she also drew me to the eyes. So I don't know if someone was having trouble with their eyes, or there's something with the eyes. Doesn't usually come up, but they were definitely feeling like almost like ticklish on my eye. I'm not entirely sure what that one was. That's when I asked, I was like, can you give me one more thing? And then it was just like eyes. I was like, okay. So can you take most of this?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I'm going to keep going and see where we can get to, okay?
Okay, awesome.
All right. So do you know much about your mother-in-law's upbringing?
Somewhat.
I feel as though she talks about I don't know if things were just hard for her family, or it was hard for her in her family, but she just keeps showing me like hardships. So I don't know if this has to do with just like hardship as the family as a whole with her upbringing, or if it has to do with just like it was rough for her and it's like hard to talk about with certain things with her upbringing.
I feel like it could be the family as a whole, but also her. Like
Okay.
as she got into like her teen 20s.
I feel as though it kind of affected her for the rest of her life, if that makes sense. It's something that she carried with her.
Yes.
It's definitely something that she never really truly got to heal from.
Yes.
So she's talking about that, but I feel as though she's talking about how the people that she had with her towards the end were the only people that could heal her, if that makes sense.
Aww.
It's almost as if she may not have gotten the closure that she wanted with certain things, or she may not have been able to fully, I guess, wrap her head around things that happen. It's kind of like things happen and like there was no resolution, if that makes sense.
Yes.
And it's almost as if she found comfort not in, you know, a closure type of thing. She felt more comfort in, although that was her past family, she now had a present family. And it was like she buried herself into her present family like wholeheartedly. It feels as though she I don't know, she's talking about I don't know if this pertains to her upbringing, but it kind of just feels as though she didn't necessarily believe that you had to be blood in order to be family.
Yeah.
And it feels as though a lot of the family, like if you actually look into it and it's like you go to a holiday party or birthday party or whatever it may be, most people, and this isn't even including you as the daughter-in-law, but like most people in general, I feel as though she had family, but they weren't actually blood related family. It was just like she kind of surrounded herself with people who she loved, and that is who she considered her family, not blood.
I feel like you're picking up on my cousin
Okay.
because my mother-in-law's family is very present, like her blood family, but my cousin wasn't around blood family as much as she was her friends that she
Yeah.
called family.
I mean, this feels as though she has her family. It feels as though she has blood family, but it's kind of like they're making me seem as though there are people in her life that she also includes in her family that aren't blood. So it's like she's the kind of person to where it's almost as if like she would kind of take the shirt off her back for someone, in a sense to where it's like she would make sure someone's taken care of. If someone came to her for help, she's not going to sit there and turn them away.
Oh, absolutely.
And she would actually kind of take them in. It was like kind of take in people. She's also bringing up, let me figure out what this is. She's talking about being in the kitchen a lot too.
Yes.
I feel as though like the kitchen, it was like kind of like, it's kind of like the house is for the family, but the kitchen is for her.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've heard stories about it, but I don't know. It just seems like she says when the kitchen's closed, the kitchen's closed.
That could make sense. Yeah.
But she's also talking about in general that, I don't know if she keeps bringing up like all these people like gathered around, so I can't tell if there's a lot of people in the house, or she just always had things happening at her house. It's almost like her house was like the place to go for like events.
Definitely.
Like she just has like host vibes.
Yes. Yes, she always hosted, and now we kind of take over for her.
Oh,
And it's like a bunch of us every time.
I love that. I love that. It definitely does feel vibe. She's also talking about something very specific. Did she like used to buy weird things, like weird decor, weird things that like most people would look at and be like, "You like that?" Like,
Yes. Yeah, she was obsessed with gnomes.
yeah, okay, yeah. She's just like showing me random weird things that like, and it's almost as if she didn't care what people's opinions were of them and how ugly the things she bought were. It gave her happiness, and she didn't give a crap about what anyone else thought.
She was obsessed with like all these different gnomes. She had one like sitting on a toilet, like in the bathroom. Like,
Wait, kind of like the movie, like no, what is it, Romeo and Juliet?
oh my God, she loved gnomes.
Now, are you closer with his family than your own family?
Yeah, definitely.
Because it almost feels as though she's like, and I don't know, it feels as though she's even told you this before. She didn't see you as like an in-law. It's kind of seemed as though she saw you as a daughter.
Yes.
And it's kind of as though she kind of talks about like taking you under her wing.
Yes.
In a sense to where I feel as though you really didn't see what a true family looked like until you saw their family. And then I feel as though there was also hints of like wishing that you had it, if that makes sense as well.
Yes.
Wow. I don't know if she's ever said this, but I feel as though she even talks about like she would pick you over her son.
Oh my God, yes. Oh, I would go to her and she'd be like, you know what, leave him. Like,
she's like, I choose her.
Yep. She would be so upfront and honest. She wasn't one of those mother-in-laws that like was like, oh, my son is perfect. She'd be like, no, like punch him in the mouth. Like,
like, what are you doing to her? Like, yeah, take your side and stuff like that.
Yes, definitely.
That is so cute. I love that. She's talking about the games. Did you guys like play family games? She's talking about games.
Yes, we did.
And I think those are like, she's bringing up that like those were like the favorite things. I feel as though she would even go above and beyond for these games. Like she went all in.
Yes.
Like she was almost crazy for the games.
Yes.
She's like, I was the crazy game lady. She's talking about that. Oh, she was so funny. So funny.
Hmm.
Now, what is this that you were bringing up? Do you still have something of hers?
Oh, I have so many things of hers.
This is more specifically possibly a jewelry of some sort.
Yeah, we
Maybe
have all of her jewelry.
Okay. Are you hesitant to like wear the jewelry?
Yes, I won't.
She says, don't hesitate. Don't hesitate to wear it. I feel as though she's talking about how she's a kind of person in general who likes getting use out of things. It feels as though she is the type of person that where like, she's talking about like, what's the point of having something if you don't use it? And I feel as though she says that there's one specific item. I feel like it's drawn to like it's either a ring or putting a ring on a necklace. I don't know if you've even thought about it.
Yes.
And she says that she wants you to wear it and that she would be completely fine with it. And she feels as though, it's almost as if like you always would ask for things, like ask to get things out of the fridge, ask to have something. She'd be like, I told you a million times to stop asking me for these things. You're welcome to anything.
That is so true. I'd be like, do you have water? She'd be like, girl, like, go get it.
And it's kind of like with this, she was like, you have it, get use out of it, wear what you want. Like, you know, like don't feel uncomfortable about it. Like, it's almost like that, like, it was like she was always pulling teeth trying to make you feel as though like you were 100% like comfortable and like in that way. And she says, don't just think about it and don't feel like you don't have a place to be able to do that. That's totally, you know, something that she's totally okay with.
Aw. Okay.
Where's the number 7 come from? This could be the 7th of the month of July, or it could be even
days when she passed.
July. Okay. Okay. So I think she wants to talk about her passing now, because she kind of gave me the chills, which is usually like, okay, we're getting away from the fun stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a lot of emotions with this, clearly, very vague. But I feel as though in general, it's almost as if she was kind of the glue of the family, and it's kind of like people don't really know what to do with themselves after she's gone.
Yes.
It feels as though there's not a conversation that people have even today to where they don't bring her up.
Oh my God.
And she's kind of talking about in general to where like, are you having things going on in your house that like you don't know, like someone's like messing with you in your house, or things are like going on and like you feel like you have like some type of spirit in your house and you're wondering if it's her? It's her.
Yes, I know.
It's her.
I feel her like crazy. Like I would be like, she's literally behind me right now. Like it's like it freaks me out, but at the same time, I'm like, I know it's her, so let me just like relax.
Yeah, and she says that it's like she's showing me that it's more like a comforting feeling, not like a bad feeling. But she's definitely around. Okay. Now, do you have pets?
We have one.
Do you feel as though they also sense something going on as well?
I feel like it because he just like cries and like barks a lot, and I'm like, what are you?
It's the barking. It's not the cry. It's the barking.
Yes. And he's like a pit, but he doesn't know how to bark properly. Like he sounds like a chicken, and we used to make fun of it all the time.
Yeah, no.
But he's been doing it like crazy lately. It's driving me nuts.
Now I feel as though over time it's getting more and more, and this is because she is kind of able to get stronger. Like the longer they are on the other side, the kind of stronger that the spirit can get, the more energy they get, and that kind of a thing. It's kind of like they kind of go up levels, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
I also feel as though it's almost as if she's kind of doing it more and more because she's trying to get you to accept that it's her, because there's such a doubt whether it's her or not. But I feel as though now you accept that it's her, like things will start to like fizzle out.
Yeah.
Not that she's going away. She's like, I ain't
Yeah.
going away. I ain't missing a thing, but it'll start fizzling. It's almost as if she's trying to get your attention. She's trying to give you guys comfort. And she's talking about, is her son a skeptic?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's talking
Yeah.
about that, and it's almost as if like she's trying to get him to like kind of like it's almost as if he doesn't believe you when you talk about it.
Yes, and like he'll like mention things, and I'm like, "That's your mom," and he's like, "No, like it's just a
Yeah.
coincidence," and I'm like, "No, it's not. Like it's really not."
You know, um I feel as though like she just kind of talks about him in general to where like he just isn't, he has to see things to believe him.
Yes.
Which is most people. Like I totally understand. I get it. But for him it's almost as if I think he wants to believe it, but like again, he can't see it. So like he doesn't want to be wrong, if that makes sense. It's like he doesn't like to be wrong, and it's like
Oh yeah,
it would be like a total letdown if he was wrong.
for sure.
But I feel as though you need to ask him. I think things happen to him and he doesn't even talk about it. And I think like
Yes.
there's things that are going on and like he is not open about it.
No. And you know what, too? He'll be like, my mom's not visiting me in my dreams because I always say she visits me. And I'm like, because you're not open to it.
Yeah,
Like, you
closed
don't,
off,
like, yes,
completely
you're
closed off.
so
You could feel it
closed off.
100%. I
Yeah.
think he would even like make fun of you right now just talking to me, to be
Oh,
honest.
yeah. When I'm on these things, he's like, "Oh, you always are listening to this stuff." I'm like, so what? Like, leave me alone. I'm like, I wish I was home right now so he could be listening.
Yeah, no, 100%. He's not going to believe this, but
No,
I mean, have him watch the video on my YT channel because that's where this will go and you'll be
I
able to watch
will.
it and
I
all that.
will.
Um, yeah, she's really funny. It's almost as if now she has other children.
Yeah, she has one other, yes.
Okay, because she showed me the number 2.
Hmm.
Now are they struggling a little more with the passing?
I think so, yeah.
Because it's almost as if it feels as though your spouse kind of sees like kind of a peace with it. And it feels as though her other child has like more of a doom and feel still, and it feels that they don't have, it's kind of like they don't have you,
Yeah.
like they don't have someone like you to kind of sit there and support them through it.
Mhm.
And I feel as though in general they just aren't good about expressing their feelings or talk about their feelings, so it's like they kind of keep things bottled up until it's like festering. I feel
Yeah.
as though they haven't been able to let go of the whole passing.
Yeah. He's a lot younger,
I was gonna
and
say,
he's
and
in the Air Force, so
I was
he's
gonna say
away.
his maturity level also seems a little lower on the sense of again, like it's almost as if like my mom is like my support, and it's almost like when you get a spouse, it's like you kind of lean on your spouse more than your mom eventually, and it's like they don't
Yeah.
have that. um yeah, she's talking about this.
Mhm.
All right, what did you want to say about that though? Don't just leave him hanging with that information. I don't know if they're also struggling with like physical stuff too. It almost feels as though I don't know if they're getting like headaches of some sort.
I've been struggling bad with headaches.
Okay. I don't, so again, like I tell everyone, I will never sit there and tell you and force people to go and reach out to certain people because they got things going on, but it does seem as though they might need a little more support. I feel as though they're also one who are very stubborn headed and won't ask for it. I
Yeah.
also feel as though they keep a lot of things bottled up, and again, it's going to sit there, it's going to fester and fester and fester, and it's not going to get fixed. So I don't know if like just hanging out or it just kind of seems like maybe even trying to get a conversation and going about it. I think, with brother, I think it should be a brother on brother conversation. It seems as though,
Yeah.
But it feels as though both of them don't like talking about it, and I feel like this is why it never gets brought up, and it's kind of like it's such a sore subject kind of a thing that it's like kind of painful to even talk about it.
Yes, it's like my boyfriend, he's very closed off to talking about it. And I think like them together, like they just don't have that emotional bond with each other that they can't do it. And he's also away in another state in the Air Force, so it's harder on them, I think.
Yeah. I feel as though he also has a lot of guilt because was he not around a lot?
No.
And I feel as though he's very guilty, or he feels guilt, which he shouldn't, but he feels guilt about not being around as much.
Yeah, he wishes that he didn't go through with boot camp to be home with her more.
Okay. Well, again, I don't know if, talk about it or whatever. She kind of says in general, life isn't worth living if you're not doing what you want to do.
Yeah.
You can't take every situation. We can't, if we could sit there and fix every situation and plan and live life the 100% the way that we should live it, how we want to live it with no regrets,
Yeah.
it's almost as if the world would be boring. It kind of seems as though she kind of talks about, I think it would have been worse on him mentally if he was around witnessing it.
Yeah.
I think that would have been worse being front row center, like seeing it all happening.
Yeah.
Because of the way that he is. I feel as though it's kind of something that kind of protected him, and I think she's kind of happy that he didn't have to, because I feel as though he's not strong enough for that to like kind of witness that.
Absolutely. That's what we
It was
said
kind of like
here.
a blessing in disguise that he wasn't.
We said that for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely a blessing in disguise, but I know that he doesn't see it that way.
Right.
And I think that it really is going to take time for him, but I think he definitely needs to start talking about it.
I'll definitely tell him to check on him.
Absolutely. But no, she was a wonderful woman. She sounds phenomenal. I wish I knew her.
She was amazing, truly.
Oh, and okay, so are you not a cook? Because she's kind of, or like, do you try?
No, I love cooking.
There's something funny about like her recipes or something, or like wanting to try and like, you're like trying to figure things out.
Yes, we have all tried to make her rice, and we want to try to make her empanadas next. We have her recipe. It just never comes out tasting exactly.
She's laughing about this. She's 100% laughing about it. She's laughing about it.
Oh my God. Yes. It's always like we're almost there, but there's like something she didn't write in the recipe that she does different or something. I don't know.
It's kind of like along the lines of like, you're just not her.
Yes.
And she's laughing about it. And I think she actually enjoys like laughing about it, because she's like, they still need me. Kind of a thing.
She probably watches us. Me and her niece have been close when we were like trying to make her rice in the kitchen. She's probably like in there with us, like just laughing.
Oh yeah, probably messing up the ingredients too,
Yep.
But no, she's laughing about it, and she keeps saying you can keep trying.
Thanks.
But I feel as though she might be also saying that you're trying too hard. So I don't know if you're doing exact like measurements. I feel as though you need to kind of relax with the measurements. I feel as though she was not an exact measurer. She kind of talks about how she kind of used to eyeball things. So I don't know if maybe you could start just eyeballing things a little bit.
Okay.
Because I feel as though she kind of is talking about how like over the years making the same things over and over, it's kind of like she didn't sit there and have time to sit there and like measure it to a T. It's kind of like she knew the recipe in her head and kind of just like did her own thing. So it might be a little more, a little less of something else.
Okay. I'll try that.
Feels as though it has a lot to do with the seasoning part.
Okay.
The dry seasoning is what she's saying to me. So I don't know what the recipe is. I don't know what it is, but it feels as though dry seasoning, something, maybe even like, I don't know, I'm not good with like cooking and stuff, but it could be, what's green? Is it basil, parsley, or something like that?
Or it could be the bay leaves.
Maybe it's that. It's something green. I don't know. She's kind of showing me like a measuring cup, and it's just saying like things like that. Like she kind of just eyeballed it. It doesn't have to be perfect, if that makes sense.
Okay. All right.
And I feel as though she's also talking about, I don't know if she would do this, but I feel as though she would taste things along the way as well. And it was
Yes.
like she wouldn't just taste it at the end, she would taste it during. So it's kind of like a thing to where you're gonna have to just taste along the way to see if it gets to that point and add things as you go. Because if you try to add it at the end, it's not gonna work.
Okay. I
I
like
don't
that.
know.
I'm gonna
That's just
try
what
it.
she's telling me.
I'm gonna
So
try it again.
yes, and you know what? Message me and let me know if you get it right.
I will.
But I'm going to leave her love and light with you. She was amazing to talk to. Thank you so
That was
much for being
awesome.
vulnerable, allowing everyone to hear you.
Yes.
Go ahead and watch that video. Also, message me if I forget, and I will send you the notes too. I try to write
Okay.
down what I can, but again, a lot of it just gets like conversation based.
Okay.
But thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yep. All right. Have a
Take
good one.
care. You too. Bye.
Bye.
All right, let's see. That was awesome. Okay, and that was for Tessa Blair. So I don't forget. I gotta start writing your guys' names on these notes because I will sit there and I'll be like, I hope I don't send the wrong notes to somebody on here. But thank you guys for, you know, standing by and watching. It's always a joy, and I really do enjoy when you guys get to go in the box. I feel like we can get things done quicker. I feel as though a lot more information can come through because I'm not sitting there waiting for like your response. TikTok is also infamous for like filtering comments as well. So sometimes people will be like, I am trying to answer you, and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. But if you guys are asking questions and making comments in the chat and I'm not answering, I'm not ignoring you, I promise. I out of respect of my sitter and out of respect of their loved one, I put all of my time and energy and focus into that. So I don't sit and, you know, read the comments as much. When I do have mods in here, sometimes they'll answer questions for me. But otherwise, if you have a general question for me, you can always email me. Again, my email is on my profile. Your link. Yeah, so for some reason when you put it on the profile, you have to like, you might have to like type it out. Are you talking about the link for the website, or are you talking about the link for the mail? I don't know if I'm allowed to say email on here. Again, it's for some reason on people's profiles, you can't copy and paste. So just go ahead and send me that mail. You don't have to go specifically to the site again. And for some reason, it doesn't let people always put like link trees. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on here too. I keep getting like flags for certain things I say. Of course, Tess, absolutely. Yeah, and give me all the feedback you can in the chat. I also have a feedback pin, a post pinned on my profile if you want to give any feedback that way. That just kind of lets other people know like how my readings have gone, but also let me know about that recipe. Also let me know about what your spouse says, because that's hilarious. But yeah, if you guys have any questions or whatever, you guys can also send me a message here if things aren't working through my profile. Again, I can't say the BIO word apparently. I don't know why. You can send me a message and then I will send you a link myself. The only time I will ever message you first is if I'm sending you notes from your reading. But again, you'll know why I'm sending it to you. Otherwise, there is someone impersonating me here on TikTok. I'm in the process of trying to get them removed. They're posting my videos. They're posting my feedback page and pinning it on their profile. They are also posting my website and my email as well. I'm not entirely sure why, but they are messaging people asking them to pay money through their like Venmo and stuff, which I will never do. My TikTok lives are always free. I will never ask for money here. So thank you guys for hanging out with me on this Thursday night. I appreciate all the likes, follows, all the love you guys send, all the comments, all the, honestly, the support that you give me and also my sitters when, you know, they're giving readings. I appreciate it. Go ahead and follow me. You can also, I think there's a button where you can get notifications when I go live. Not entirely sure when I will go live next because I do have a lot of private readings this week for the remainder of the week. So I might not go live until next week. But I will definitely let you guys know. I have a few videos coming out shortly. I'm also trying to learn this whole TikTok thing. Apparently you're not allowed to post so many videos in a certain amount of days, or like it kills your views or something. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing here. I try my best, but thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night. Again, send me a message if you need me. All right, thanks guys.